Hello, folks. Good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm not Irish, but I do know it's an important day. And I don't want bad luck, so I wore me green. As should you. And yes, you can hear the cows. Morning, Mason. Mr. Magic, my goodness. Good morning, sir. Let me get these things up and running. James Ward, good morning. And very happy St. Patrick's Day. Let me see if I can't get my email running today. Oh, and Asgard is up awful early for a Viking early morning raid. Early risers. Yes, indeed. Most definitely. If I get my brain engaged, I'll be able to get some work done here. Right now it's running kind of slow. Yeah, Louis P. Oh, my goodness. Not Louis P. Floyd so early in the morning. Oh. So Mason likes the pretty girls to be pinching on his butt. Oh. Manic, I need the first part of your name again, because the only part I can remember is the popcorn part. Is it King Pizza? That's what it is. That's it. Now I've got you. Oh, let's see. Is there anybody else? You don't want to come on, Mr. Louis P. Come on now. Me favorite music teacher. Goodness gracious. You'll have to excuse me while I'm using one computer to search for a print. My youngest daughter has requested a print at the age of 31. Some kind of Star Wars creature. So I have to go and look for it at least. So what is everybody up to? Too early for the beer. Got to go to church, so. Well, I hope the invites went out. I'm not sure. What a glorious time last night, eh? Good time was had by all. Mr. Roland. Oh, my goodness. That's not a problem, Louis. I just didn't want to leave anybody out that might want to come on. Roland, if you'd like to come on, I need your email. I don't think I've ever had you on the early morning show as it is. Oh, it's running two computers at the same time is for the birds. Mm-hmm. Roland, it's middle of the day for you, isn't it? At lunchtime. Oh, I thought I had the little creature. Can't remember its name. Oh, Rodney. Hey, just a minute, Rodney. I knew there was a name I was forgetting. And I do apologize. Oh, that's not it. That's it there, I think. But I've got to change that one letter to that letter. I think that's it. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can get this. This Apple is weird when it comes to this. But it works quite well when you do things right. Problem is I don't always do them right.
To be sure, to be sure.
Okay, let me see. Ooh, I got to put a little space in there. Here goes nothing, Rodney and Roland. Here we go. Rick Halber, good morning.
Are you there, Rick?
Let's see how that goes, gentlemen.
To be sure, to be sure.
Let me get this ready. The poor little puppy be crying. I won't let him out because it'll bother his mother. Good morning, Mr. Manic.
How you going?
How are you doing, Trevor?
To be sure, to be sure.
Let me put my earbuds in.
You probably can't hear me.
I don't want to wake everybody in the house up.
It's probably a bad accent.
Manic, do you ever change your clothes, my friend?
Yeah, I do. But I thought I'll wear them for a second time tonight because it's been green.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, I wash them in the sink at the moment just to rinse them. And being so hot, they only have to have them out for about 15 minutes on the line in my kitchen and just dries them out that quickly.
I cannot remember the name of that little creature in the new Star Wars movie that looks like a penguin.
Oh, I've forgotten it too.
I thought they had one. Looks like I don't have one.
Okay.
So we're going to have to get online and find one. Ugh.
Oh, I forgot what they're called. Some crazy name, haven't they?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mason, for the comment on the video. I did fly them one time with the Mavic Air, and unfortunately, every car got blown on the floor. It was like a tornado or a hurricane, I guess, because it really wasn't swirling. So flying a drone over N-gauge rails does not work. Well, I've got Yoda, but that's not him. I've got all kinds of Darth Vaders. And I've got all kinds of symbols. But I have no creature. Let's see. Oh. Well, I think everybody got one. They wanted one. And probably some people that didn't want one. Let me find my LAN cable. Was hoping not to have to hook two computers up to the LAN today, but such is life. Okay. Yeah, I can actually, possibly, don't think I'm going to take the big train around, but.
And how's Rodney today? I hope he's fine. And Mason, how are you today? And Rick? Who else?
You got Roland in here.
Roland's in
Cowgirl.
here, and Lewis.
He's not fine now that I'm
Asgard.
here.
How you going, mate?
Hey, Music Man. Can I call you that, Paul?
No, please. That's a horrible show.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't do that to you then. That I won't do to somebody. You having a good morning, Paul?
I'm trying.
Well, hopefully it'll work out.
Yeah. I gotta go visit my mom today, and that's a 100-mile round trip. Well, no, one way. Excuse me. So 200 miles.
That's about how far my grandson is. He's about 100. So it's a 2-hour trip down, roughly, and 2-hour trip back.
Yeah, I got about an hour and a half or so because I got throughway driving, so it's like 80 miles an hour the whole way.
Yeah, we don't have that luxury to get to his house.
Yeah, back roads and such.
Yeah, pretty much back state highways and things like that.
Yeah.
Once we hit 98 down in Florida, it's a straight shot across. My wife doesn't like 10, so we don't take the interstate, but we wouldn't be on it long anyway. So.
Where you live again? In Florida?
Alabama.
Alabama, okay.
Yeah, I'm about 19 miles from the border. 90 miles from the big white beaches of Panama City.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
That used to be a good thing. We don't get to go as much as we want.
See if I can get these windows sized here.
If that train makes too much noise, guys, let me know. This one I can't turn off, but I can stop it. Well, actually, I can turn it off. How about that?
Pull the plug.
Well, I got it. If you hit the number 8, the sound on the engine stops. But the engine itself, oh, that's not the engine, that's the 3D printer. It's printing round to it. And that's not the one I want.
Here, I'll give you a...
Why? Every time I start this computer, the number of the cameras changes. It's memorizing what cameras which.
So where's your green shirt there, Paul? You need a green shirt today.
Oh, it started back up again.
Hello?
Pretty little engine.
You there, Paul?
I have my Aerial Centroid shirts on.
Teasing.
Yeah, I gotta switch it up. I like that one comment here. Let me switch back. I like that one comment that I saw. Who was it? Not gonna wear green, so everybody pinches them.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a pretty good strategy for St. Patty's Day.
But he gets the pretty girls, he gets all the back guys too, right? So.
Yeah, that's the risky run.
Rick, have you sent Centroid a invite? He's asking for one.
Oh, is he on
here too?
Boy, he's up early too.
Hang on, Mark. See what happens when you get old, you forget people.
No, we're talking about Hugh. Hugh is Asgard. I said Centroid, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I sent you one, but I can always do it again. It's not that hard.
My mistake.
Not that hard. But let me do this.
Yes, I was listening to that topic today, Paul, about 107.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite up on the policies and all the rest of it with that, as well as the Australian version, which is equivalent.
Oh, really?
Because I'm going for mine. And
there he is.
Originally, I actually inquired about the 107 because I thought when I was on Inu, that's what it was all about. Was worldwide, but it's not. We all have our slight differences. Evidently, if anyone benefits, it's regardless if it's money value, because I had to study it to find out because I wanted to pursue it. Even if it's for favour, like for gifts, like say for example, I want to do some advertising for my local cafe. if I was to get it in lieu of, say, meals and that, I'd still have to have a 107 or equivalent to, like that in Australia, because even if it's only done by a non-monetary sense, as well as YouTube comes into it, regardless if any of your videos is monetized, like Val was saying, it takes it over the whole channel, because if it benefits anything to do with your channel, it is classed as monetized once you're in the sense of monetary, like the 1,000 subscribers and the 400 watch hours, 4,000 watch hours.
Basically,
Right, so-
if you make money or you're getting free shit, you're a pro. Period.
Yep.
Yeah, and that sucks
Everyone knows
because
that.
well, I don't know why they're not taking everybody down then, because look at all
That's
the
right.
people.
They don't have the
Exactly, because they don't-
the capacity.
They
to
don't
like-
have the process of marshalling it, because
So
that's
I
what it
wonder-
all comes down
Nor
to.
will they ever.
Okay,
They
so
won't.
hold on, guys, hold on. I wonder then. I postulate that
Uh-oh.
if
The
one of us, that's
The
right,
people. I like that. It's you.
if one of us goes down,
Yep.
would we have any legal or non-precedent standing to say, and I know it's not like, hey, well, everybody else is doing it, but
Yeah, you can't do that in the law.
yeah, I know, but it's just such a disparity that it would almost amount to harassment, because
Yes.
like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
how am I being singled out? You're going to make me a point. Okay. All right.
So
that kind of a deal.
What was that noise?
So here's my theory, guys. My theory is that big business is now lobbying for pro drones. So you'll see videos now on YouTube where cops are rolling up on droners and some civilians giving them a hard time, saying, "Put that drone away, you're intruding my privacy." And the cop says, "Leave him alone. Go away. He's doing business. Go." I said, "Walk away." I've seen this multiple times.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah. No.
I think we're golden. We're in a golden age where we're going to be able to do just about whatever we want, flying wise.
See,
with
it's the only time you're going to get caught or get in trouble if you don't have the equivalent to a 107 is someone wants to target you and harass you, like a YouTube person that's maybe got out of bed the wrong side that particular day.
Sure. Yeah.
And want to target you individually. Otherwise, I don't think they're going to pursue targeting you just because they don't have the resources to marshal it.
Oh, for sure.
At the moment. But technically, it's that, I've forgotten how to explain it, but it's that secondary, that what you explained today. It's that other little heading where it's monetized as well as the other, which is, I've forgotten what it's called now. It's the legal term they're using it, where it comes to where you benefit from getting paid.
Furtherance of business.
That's the coin phrase for it. Yeah, the
My term,
phrase.
Money or free shit.
Yep, it's free shit as well. Yep.
Okay. So now, how about art, education? Where does that fall?
Well, are you making money from the art?
Yep,
No, it's art.
If
it's offered for free.
But if you're making money off the art, like it's on a YouTube channel and you're monetized, then it's a business.
And I'm not.
It's a very simple equation. If you're not making money, you're not a pro. You don't need your license, right? Done.
Yeah.
But if you're a teacher and you're teaching drone stuff to kids, you're getting paid, right?
See, there's the line. But
you're getting paid now.
So who's responsible for it? Is it me? Because I'm being directed by my boss to do this. I didn't raise my hand and say, "Okay, I'll do this." Because it takes away from my music teaching program.
At the very least, they should pay for your test.
It just comes. It just comes to the bottom line that airspace. It's just the bottom line is airspace equals money. That's all it comes down to.
Correct.
That's true.
That's all it is. That's all it is. And that's what they're after, a piece of their pie.
And see, here's the problem with my scenario is I'm not outside. I've got kids indoors flying tiny whoops.
Yeah.
And so do a whole bunch of other educators that don't know this. Or are just
fine, right?
What's that?
then you guys should be just fine. My instructors at ground school, they were very clear that anything you do inside is not. Now, again, this is Canadian.
Nah, see,
Now, hold
that's
on.
Canadian.
We're very,
It's very,
close, though. We're
very close. Same thing here.
The remuneration. I can't even say it. The remuneration portion.
You got it. You got it.
Slightly different for us, but otherwise, the rules.
That's that word.
What were you going to say, Rick, before?
But see, then there goes past the stepping of that gray line I was talking about yesterday. Was okay. Now, if what Asgard just said isn't, and it's true over here in the States, that once you're inside, things are off the table, but yet they're really not, because in furtherance of a business, like I described before, you can't fly and get paid for it in any way, whether it's flying for education or flying for a monetary business.
My guess, Paul, would be that nobody's ever going to come after a teacher for teaching kids.
No. Teachers are kind of
they'd be friggin' pariahs.
No, teachers are sometimes vilified over here.
Really?
Oh God, yes.
Oh no,
they're killing our unions. We are scapegoats, unfortunately. And a lot of the times, and that's okay. Here's the scenario.
I'm a Viking boy. You just
here's the scenario. I'm a band teacher. I'm a band teacher. What am I doing teaching STEM? I'm a band teacher. My certification is K-12 music education. Not
cooler. No, I'm just kidding. Music's awesome.
Well,
I'm just teasing.
But the thing is there's a rule that you can. There's a rule that you can have a teacher teach one thing outside of their certification. Okay, fine. I understand that. But my complaint is, by taking me and giving me 100 more students in my schedule, that's taken away from the band program.
Sure it is.
Because that's taking me and my time that they first initiated to buy and contract with me to do away. So they're giving me more work with less time. and now so it's just like it blows my mind. And that's not just me. That's like close to 75 to 85% of teachers are doing more and more. But my new motto is I'm doing less with more.
I know. That's a good one. That's what people should be. That's what people should be aspiring to, honestly.
Yeah, but I'm not doing a good job with it because I'm so divided.
More.
At least I don't feel that way.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I digest. Back to droning things.
Did you just eat breakfast? Pardon me, I digest. Well, hold on. While you're digesting, let me show you.
We need Brownie Paul here, not.
Yeah, we need Brownie Paul.
Look at this little beast, bro.
Nice.
Look what I did. I put the FPV camera on my Bolt B.
No. Here's this. No, hold it back up there.
Yes, sir.
Can you give me the profile of it?
Sure. I'm not Van.
Right, so you learn. No, look at that. Look at that angle you got on that camera. You're flying it fast.
Yeah. Well, this thing goes 30 miles an hour. So yeah.
So that angle increases as you go because the idea is full tilt, baby.
Yeah. Well,
the faster
and
you go,
if I want to train, I just set the angle up like that, right?
Correct. Yeah. So if you just want to, if you just want to cool, smooth.
That's when I really get good. But the idea was that this thing is on Velcro so that I can just stick it on any of my other quads.
Yep. You
so
got it.
Stick this on the RC Logger. Oh my God. Brushless, bigger, faster. Ooh, baby.
Here, let me take.
But the funny thing is, this thing doesn't have altitude at all, right? So I'm doing video with the GoPro doing the first flight yesterday, and I had it up in the air, and then all of a sudden it was gone, and I'm like, WTF? Where did you go? Anyway, I looked back at the footage, and all I saw was this. Just this zoom, and it had fallen about 20 miles an hour into a snowbank so fast I didn't even see it with my eyes.
Oh,
man. 12 inches deep, but I found it on the GoPro footage.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, because when that happens, all you have is just like a little hole to look for in the snow. And you don't want to walk all around because that could be, you could be pressing it down. So,
half an hour I walked around, couldn't find it until I went back to my computer.
So this is what I used to do way back in the day. These are dromedas.
What's on there? On that, what's the cancerous looking blob on the top?
It's glue, hot glue. It's around the polarized aerial. This is a $50 camera. Can you believe it?
So is that to protect it?
Yeah, and it's back in the day when these things were like ridiculously expensive because nobody really bought in them, and nobody understood what people were doing with them.
How many years old is that thing?
This is 3 years old.
Wow, that's ancient, man. In quad years.
Yeah. You're telling me. I had. Oh, what's going on?
Trains?
StarCop. That's StarCop's, wasn't it? What are you doing there, Rick? If you want to get our attention, just yell.
No, the print's finished.
It was telling me it was done.
Yeah. Goddamn drones are taking over my channel.
See, that's why you gave me that link.
I gotta put FPV on my trains now. Shit.
Hell yeah, that would be cool.
Over down that road, there's a lad that I was trying to convince, but he's got no money to do it. We've got a TV program over here where they do a train journey 24 hours 24 hours a day, and it's through the red centre of Australia. And what they do is they do film footage of down the barrel, over the top, down the side, out the windows, wherever, and they just switches all the time, every 5 seconds, and so you get the view from every angle, and it's really good, and it just runs on your TV 24/7, so you're watching it in real life, and it's actually real life. So I said you could do that by doing a loop, and have like a camera set up at the signal where the signal crossing is. You can have that with the footage would come onto that for a split 5 seconds or whatever, or until the train crosses, and different angles. You could do that and set that up and have it on your YouTube page, and just having it running 24/7 as your YouTube channel, and then do a few live streams in between to promote it. And I said you could do that, and you just have to then set it up 1080p, get it all quality. You go down that track and have all the outside of it where it's set up model, like polished model standard. And I said you'd make a killing on your channel. People would watch it. They would. And this is what I've tried to encourage him, but he just doesn't have the motivation. Sorry, Rick.
I thought YouTube said they're cutting down on people that just like turn on their camera, pointed at something, and let it go for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's only when they do clickbait. See, what they were doing is a lot of the gamers, and I'm sorry about picking on the gamers, but some of them would have like a melting ice, and this ice, they're just getting people to click on this melting ice and seeing if it's changed. Yeah, and like everyone would think it's going to change, but it's not. It's just a loop, and so it's a loop of every 30 minutes. And so they reckon it's going to change, and then it doesn't. Or someone going in there where they've got a whole jar of weed up in Canada. The Weed Channel does it. All he's got is a jar of weed on his coffee table, and people just click in there and chat, and then they're there for about 5 minutes, and they're just staring at this weed.
Oh, where's that channel? I need it.
And then they get sick of that for a bit, and they click out. And then the other one was this egg.
But it's just that constant flow of people coming in and out is what's keeping it alive. That's funny.
That's what's keeping it alive. And that's all it is. And then there was another one where this guy would pull out a drawer, and all it had was a rolled up piece of cloth with a potato in it. And the potato was Mr. Pickles. And all it had was an intro of Mr. Pickles, how he's been such a naughty boy. And then he'd wrap up Mr. Pickles and put him back in the drawer. And that's all it was every time you clicked on his video. was this potato named Mr. Pickles, how he's been such a naughty boy.
My brain will not allow me to do stupid shit like that. It's just
Oh my god.
fundamentally
But
against my.
This guy's got thousands and thousands of subscribers.
I was
know.
just gonna say he's probably got 100,000
for
K.
him.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Well, that's what they're cracking down on. But
Yeah.
to actually do visual art, they're not going to crack down on that, because that is actually designing and building your channel. It's because it's part of Creator.
But
And they can't stop that.
Oh, isn't Mr. Pickles a part of the art?
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, come on.
I'll
Mr.
stop
Pickles
now.
life matters, man. I'm serious.
Mr. Pickles matters.
Don't diss Mr. Pickles in front of me. I
How
won't.
could you?
I won't accept it.
Don't take him down.
So what do you think about that, Rick?
I think I'd eat the potato.
Rick probably just
new
thinks
channel.
that Rick probably just thinks that the whole world has gone to hell in a handbasket by now.
It has.
Pretty much, it's going that way.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad.
But now here's my question to you guys. This is what's always baffled.
Uh-oh.
You go to the beach, you take pictures of your favorite hotel, and you give it to the hotel owner. Regular pictures, snapshot, movie, with a camera. He
Yeah.
can do anything he wants with it as long as you give him permission.
Right.
But put a camera on a drone and bring it 1 molecule into the National Airspace System, and now I have to have a 107 to do the same thing. That's ridiculous.
Cracking down.
I understand. It's all about money.
Airspace equals money.
Yeah.
I can't. If I was a photographer and I wanted to make money off my business, I'd have to have a license.
Mhm.
You know, a
That's the only
business
reason I did
license.
it, was because.
But if I'm doing it for free for somebody,
Yeah.
I should be able to just give it to them.
Yeah. Well, like we said before, though, Rick, I mean, who's going to enforce it? The only reason you're going to
Well,
get in
that's true.
trouble is if you're pissing somebody off. And, the people that do that, the guys that are flying near buildings or flying near your homes, or, you give some guy a picture of his hotel, nobody's going to care. I don't think so.
They're not going to
I
track
Well,
think so. I think
Have
so.
you guys seen my intro, or I guess whatever you call it, my favorite video that that everybody sees the first time they come to my channel?
It's been
And
a
it's where
while.
my wife and I went to our favorite hotel down at the beach, and I did a pullback, and then I flew the beach. And by the way, the 3 guys in the water fishing, I actually gave them a copy because I asked them for permission to use their photograph on YouTube.
Oh, that's nice.
And they said, sure, but we want a copy. So I gave them a copy.
Very
But
nice.
I gave the hotel owner a copy, And if he uses it, fine. If he doesn't, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But it's probably the best video I ever did. Well, I found Yabba the Hutt.
Well, I want to
Does
show you
anybody
guys.
know the name of that new little creature?
What's his name? I
Something
can't
looks like a
remember
little penguin. I can't remember its
Pup-
name.
pup-
My daughter wants one.
I forgot what his name is, because it was.
Oh, we're missing the chat. Did we miss anybody? Oh, Drone Evolution from New York City. Good morning. Yeah.
You were asking, Rick, what's the significance of the Southern Cross, which is on our Australian flag?
Yeah,
That is
I'm
this-
mainly asking if that's what it was.
That is right, but the significance to it is similar to we had a civil war here, which was like
Really?
in the middle in Australia. Early days, our capital used to be Victoria, which was Melbourne, Victoria, which was our capital before Sydney was.
Early days, as in like 1800s?
Not in 1800s. That's right, 1803.
The mids, I think. Oh, earlier.
Right.
Mm.
And when the Australian flag first occurred was in 1901. Sorry, 1901 is when the Australian flag got permission from the Queen, because they were a colony of Australia. And it was only nearly 50 years New Zealand got the same permission of a similar flag. That's why their flag is similar.
I'll check
then
that out.
they-
Didn't know about that.
Right? And what happened was
You need to make sure Mark knows that.
they had a gold rush here in Victoria, which was Eureka, which was a part of Eureka, which is part of Ballarat, which is a suburb or a town outside of Melbourne in Victoria. And what happened was Melbourne at the time was the capital, and it was the most classiest town that we had at the time. And the gold rush influenced everyone to go to the gold rush. Everyone was a ghost town. All the bankers, all the police, all the butchers, the bakers, everyone. Where there was work, because all the people had left. So they had to make money, so they went and followed the gold rush. And so the police, Tom, Dick and Harry wanted to be a policeman. So there was, if you could see, there was a bit of corruption involved, right? They weren't loyal. And what they did was, as you could imagine, the gold rush, the government was doing the thing that the 107 wanted to do, was money. So they wanted to put a license on being a miner. Well, if therefore, and the mining license got greater and greater and greater, that they couldn't afford it. Plus, the miners, not everyone struck rich. Some of them went from months and months and months without making any money. So you imagine the only ones who could afford it was the ones that struck rich, and therefore then they would outdo other people for a claim.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then what happened, there was a big revolt. They ended up getting upset with the government, and they caused this big stockade. And a lot of men from both sides, policemen as well as people that were part of the mining people there, they had a big fight similar to the stockades or whatever they had in America in the early days, where a lot of lives were lost on both sides. And so they actually created the Southern Cross flag, which is what you see, which was a blue background and a white stars with the constellation, which is the Southern Cross. That's where the history come from it, and that's where we adopted it, because it was a strong piece of our history, because it was very significant because of how many lives were lost, because that was before we actually had a decent war. So that's why. Well,
they gotta have one of those.
I know.
Isn't that kind of like military and intelligence?
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of creating history.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a lot of history other than convicts, basically people that were
just deposited there.
That's right, were deposited there to rot.
Yeah.
But now they've changed it where they just see we've had this whole big flip, because the Aboriginals here in Australia, the indigenous people, the First Nation, were not identified until February until 66, the year 1966, where before they were only treated as animals. In fact, they didn't have any rights. The government felt that they were only fauna and flora, which was our animal and plant species. So they didn't even have human rights, right? So back then, they weren't even thought of to have any significance to our flag. But now they've rewritten the history and reckons it's because of the Aboriginal star constellation that we have, where they don't even mention the stockade now, because now they're embarrassed about the stockade, and now they're embracing the Aboriginals, and that's where it's all warm and fuzzy now. That's how we stand politically correctness. So it still changes, all depends on the history of its time, is what's written. It's so funny, and I say funny in the peculiar, insulting way, funny.
You sound like somebody that did not fail history class in school.
I actually master in the history of 15th century and all over.
You got a master's degree in history? Oh,
yeah,
my
so
God. Well, no wonder.
that's why I study it. And they reckon I should have been a quantist of history and whatnot of Australia, where I should be able to just sell it. I should be, because I've got the gift of the gab.
Good for
and
you.
I just
You do have. That was a good explanation, too.
I obtain knowledge. That's why there's a show down here called Sale of a Century. It used to be on, and that's a quiz show.
Yeah.
Where I just absorb information. If I had went onto that show, if I could afford the plane tickets and whatnot, because I was just poor, I'd probably go on that show and blitz it, because I used to pump out the questions one after another and would have made heaps and heaps of money on those quiz shows.
That'd be good to see you on there. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
It would be. So, yeah, on to you now, Rick. You can have the show. I don't want to steal it.
The show going on?
What show?
What show? It's just I've got to tell myself to rewind and sit back and let someone else have a chat.
Hugh, what's that you're presenting, Hugh?
That is
never mind. Tiny Whoop.
That's a picture I took last night.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was just doing some artwork with the tiny whoops and just some little funny lights. Just
what are those lights? The like little LED things out on the peripheral.
Do you know? I bought them off Gear Best. They're called finger lights. I've never heard of them before, but I thought they'd be interesting props for taking photographs.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I got them for, just to kind of.
That picture would be a great logo, man.
Yeah,
that picture would be a great logo. Pretty cool.
Now, see, do you need your Part 107 for that?
These pictures aren't for sale, but I am a certified commercial pilot here in Canada. Have been for quite a long time. I've been commercial since last year, Lewis.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you're coming up on now. How many times do you have to re-up for yours?
Every 2 years.
Oh, okay, so it's like the States. Huh?
Yeah. But this is the first time I've been certified now, because I just had to recently take a test. Prior to that, I had to go to ground school, and then we had to do these things called special flight operation certificates. Every time we wanted to fly and controlled airspace, we had to fill out a big form, do all the things you'd normally do. Like if you're going to do a site survey, like you're flying around that silo, for example, you need to know where those wires are, so that if you're doing sideways shots, you don't run into them.
Now, how much information do you have when you get beyond just visual line of sight of where you are and there are the wires? Do they give you actual data that it's like 200 feet away from the blah blah blah? This here, what kind of how in depth do that?
That's your job, right? If you're doing this professionally, you got to go figure that out. You got to look at Google Maps. You got to look at surveys. You've got to go get your feet on the ground. Like I go and I'll walk a site before I ever fly it.
Right.
And there's heaps of information online where through the surveys department, and they'll even have pencil drawings of the site, so they'll have a lot of that information already on there.
Because you could go to a town municipal building and get the blueprint of the property, or the tax maps is what it is.
See, I had a personal friend that was within the office, and he would give me personal information on that, especially because I was a builder at the time, and I had I was privy to information that I would normally have to pay for. But I had someone within the service that would give it to me for free.
Hugh, I love the fact that it's on a block of wood. Even the tiny whoops it's the cool texture underneath.
I know, I love it. That's why I've got it in my office. I keep that there just so that I can do these kooky photographs.
No.
There's a little close up of the building.
I like it. It's work of art. I like what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get back to photography, guys, because I got into drones as mobile camera platforms, period, just because I love photography. But then drones have taken on a whole new life of their own in my mind now. Now drones are a huge part of it. Anyway, I just figured you got sick of looking at my ugly face. I figured I'd throw up drone pictures.
Don't
say
Mr. Crowley say, how you going, Sean?
Nice.
I sent you a link, Sean, if you want to come in.
Yeah,
I guess Ruland did get his. It didn't work.
And that's how you take frames apart, Asgard style.
There you go.
We don't use screwdrivers. We use axes.
And there's a nice fight.
There you go. There's a drone for you.
Let's see a drone.
Let's see.
Give me some drones.
There you go. How about that?
You're coming up blank.
Uh-oh.
That's what she said.
Okay.
That's what I was just going to say.
What's that? Blank face, no orgasm?
Oh.
I don't know.
Let me see. What's going on here? There it
Where's
is.
the eject?
Oh, sorry, Rick.
There.
There's got to be an eject button somewhere.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about, Trevor. That's never happened to me.
How about that?
Oh,
Am I coming up blank?
No.
How about that?
No, well now you are.
Ooh. Oh, bring that back. That's that little foam hovercraft.
No, no. That's I bought that from Heli Nation. It's a conversion from, you take the tiny whoop ducks and stuff and
you were talking about using these with the kids, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How about that?
Oh, this is better than midget porn. So much better.
I wouldn't know.
I did, didn't I? Shit. StarCop's cringing. What have I done?
Nah, not
there you
me.
go, Tavi Smith.
My googly eyes.
Oh, very
So,
nice.
oh wait.
C-Max 5? Oh,
Look at that.
I can tell you a bit of history about Roland's flag too later.
That was the original.
isn't it Rudent?
Rudens.
Rudent Tunison.
Rudon.
He's from the Netherlands,
Nether.
which they were Netherlands was they weren't colonies, they were
It was a friggin' empire at one point.
that's right.
The Dutch Empire, cripes. It was superior. It was the apex predator at one point for a short period.
Oh, that was a lot of involved because their big tall ships were such.
Yep.
Because they mastered the seas. How you going, Sean?
It's always been an arms race, right?
Probably.
The Vikings, and then the Normans, and the medieval.
But with there's a little bit more to do with the arms race with the Vikings. There was a lot of that had to do with not trade. It had a lot to do with trade, but it was because they were starving. They needed to venture out and kill, plunder, and rape to get food. That's what it come down to, desperation.
Am I on the wrong chat? Are we talking about Vikings?
Yeah,
We're
we love
talking about you,
Vikings, Sean.
Sean.
You're a
What's
big
that?
Viking, Sean.
We're talking about you, buddy.
Hey, fast forward or back up to Halloween. How about that?
You don't like me when I'm angry.
I think Sean's looking like he's about to go out and rape and pillage and all that, don't you, fellas?
Oh,
I
I love
think so.
raping and pillaging.
Because Sean's hungry.
Don't make a mockery out of my ice cream stand. Would you like some beef jerky with that pornography?
Beef jerky with that. Oh my God. I'm salivating.
You guys are entertaining this morning, that's for sure.
What is going on, gentlemen?
One shouldn't chew beef jerky while looking in a peephole.
Oh my god!
Are you sure it's beef jerky?
How about a ham sandwich?
Oh.
I had butter all over my mic from a ham sandwich the other day.
Oh boy.
That's funny. That's nasty.
I sure hope the Godfather's not watching.
I know.
Hey, it's your channel. Different rules here.
Yeah, exactly. All he's looking at is what's to come.
I used to be a good boy on Rick's channel in the early days, like 5 months ago, but now the more I know Rick, the more I know that he's more relaxed and you don't have to be so nice.
Well,
I don't think he's that relaxed, man.
he's going to church shortly, right? So all the things that are place right now, it's okay.
Sorry,
They're gonna
Rick.
melt
Sorry,
away.
Rick. Yeah,
They're gonna
sorry,
melt
Rick.
away.
I'm a good little Christian boy too.
Oh, Lord.
Me too.
I was raised Catholic, boys, and I've got the freaking scars of the ruler to prove it. I'm telling you.
Right, they're all over his hand right here.
Oh,
Devil's hand.
Oh my
Damn
God.
done.
I'm
Is that
Irish.
Is that
Italian.
Roland?
I can't do an Irish impression.
There's Roland.
But I can do, oh, Roland.
How you going, Roland?
I'm in.
What's up?
Oh, good.
What's up, Roland? So I can't do an impression of an Irish guy, but I can do an impression of an Indian guy at a quickie mart. You know,
Okay.
All right, let's go.
that's why.
Let's do it.
We're waiting.
Okay, hold on. Stop making the stop making a marketing out of my ice cream stand. Yes, my name is Apu. Would you like some beef jerky with that pornography? Yes, here's your change, $1.250. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank
But
you.
I can't do the Irish guy, like, and I'm half Irish, you know. I can do I go right back to the Apu sound.
With a name like Sean, I thought you were Russian.
No, I'm not, lad. Yeah, see, I can't do it.
I thought you were from the Sikorsky version family there. I don't know. What the hell am I talking about?
No,
I missed all that.
I'm definitely Irish and Italian. So,
Oh, there's a combination, man. That's a
yeah, 50-50.
combo.
50-50. Mick and Guinea. Yes, I am. I can say that because it's what I can say.
I hate to say it, but Brown is Irish.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. Roland, are you okay that I'm Irish too?
I'm totally okay with everything, mate.
Roland's cool with that.
He's talking Aussie now. Hey, mate.
Hey, mate.
Cool. Oh,
Get
it's stopped
some
again.
things from other people, eh?
So today is my first full day of acro. It looks like there's no wind. It's sunny out. I got 6 batteries charged. 7, I think.
Batteries, man.
Have you been working on the simulator at all, or?
No, I've done. I've been flying Horizon for a couple of months. Well, for the past couple of months, I haven't been flying, but this will be my first time flying since the fall.
What are your rates like?
I flew Horizon, and I was always had resistance, you know, and everybody kept saying switch to acro, and I kept trying to switch to acro, and it just seemed like I would just crash it. I just wasn't working out right. But I've been away from it long enough where I can just focus on just acro, and all I'm going to do is just fly batteries. I don't care. I'm not trying to do anything other than get from A to B.
That's what you do.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it'll be good.
What are your rates? What are your rates at?
The different rates with different machines.
Well, that's so. Just as a point, try and keep everything as similar as possible. So that way, the practice is going to prove through. Because once you switch from one to another, now I'm not saying that the PID should be different or anything like that, and it's going to fly different. But at least try and keep your rates the same. That way, when you're flying in acro, you know you're gonna have the same rate on the stick when you deflect it to flip over and stuff like that.
The sticks are the same.
Yes, but if you have higher rates on this machine and lower rates on this machine, they're going to fly drastically different for you and feel different on the sticks. And my point is if you keep them kind of the same, once you use on the sticks, they're going to feel the same because they're going to flip at the same rate. So the rates in beta flight, if you've been in beta flight, if you pump those rates up, you're going to see that linear line, or that S-curve line on the little chart over there, go further over as you increase or decrease the rates, and that is the stick deflection. So maybe part of the problem that you were having when you were flying in rate mode or ARCO mode or acro mode, as they call it, that your rates are too high and you're flipping over and crashing too quickly, because as you deflect your stick on the right side, if you're flying mode 2, as further as you go, the faster that's going to flip. So if you have low rates, the further you go, the slower it's going to flip. So that could be something that you want to really pay attention to today between the two machines, and then say, okay, I like the higher rate machine, so I'm going to change it to this one too, or I like the lower rate machine, and I'm going to change it back to this one. You know, just so that
one machine is set up is really kind of tweaked where it's very reactive and responsive.
High rates.
The one that I'm using today is much more milder.
Low rates.
I'm just staying focused on one machine. That's
right.
it.
Okay. Which one do you prefer better so far?
I don't know. I haven't flown the one I'm flying today. I haven't flown it yet.
So you've flown the high rates one then?
Right.
Oh, I'd be interested to see which. And you crashed out a lot on that one?
No, I won't say I crashed a lot in it. Not in Horizon, but I never could use it to its full potential. It's very powerful machine, and I decided that I'm going to step down a little bit and use my other machine to learn how to fly it.
So that the high rates one is what, a 5-inch drone or
both a 5-inch drones?
Both. Okay.
Just one's a Hawk 5 that's pretty tweaked out with Azure props and.
All right, is that the high? That's the high rates one.
That's the high rates one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've flown quite a few of those. Those are great machines. Those are serious FPV racing drones. Freestyle as well, but they're more set up for racing.
Right. So I'm going to stick with. I get a Martian 1 that I was flying around the backyard and.
Okay. Are you flying 4-cell or 3-cell?
Toned down quite a bit, and I'm going to use that just to kind of focus for the next couple of weeks and stay focused on that.
Good plan.
So I'll get there. I mean, I've been flying, and I can fly in Horizon no problem using my Hawk 5, but it's insane the speed on the Hawk 5, and the reaction time is the rates are set up really so you get very fast on your responses, and I needed something that's a little bit more tame.
So. I think everybody left us, man.
Where did Rick?
No,
here.
What is going on? I come on for like 5 minutes and everybody's gone.
My Hangouts has been playing up with me the last 10 minutes. About 5 or 6 times.
So you're invisible.
Okay.
I'm there looking like contemplative pose. Look.
There's Asgard right there.
Oh, that's Asgard. That looks wicked.
Nice.
Oh, I think it was Zeppelin.
Oh,
I like that pose.
I gotta get going. I'll have.
Look at look at that black and white pic.
That's crazy.
It's not bad. It's crazy, isn't it?
StarCop, thanks for having me in today. Sorry I wrecked everybody's day.
That's okay, Lewis.
Hey, good to see you, buddy.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right, guys. Have fun. Fly safe, man.
See you, Lewis.
Behave yourself, buddy.
See you, Paul.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Lewis.
Yeah, I've been watching you, Mason. I can see you're still there.
I missed the chat and didn't say good morning to Rodney. I feel bad. I get negligent with the chat sometimes.
Mr. Crowley, Tavi Smith in chat. He's obviously admiring your rabbit.
I love Mr. Crowley's rabbit. That is just
I do too. I love it. He's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I told you he's always there. Everywhere I go, he follows me. Well, except in the kitchen.
Oh, they are. They're just like dogs, rabbits are.
Oh, there's Rory.
Oh, Rory.
Oh, who's doggy?
She's sleeping, eh?
That's
Oh,
Ruland and Rory.
And there's Sean's doggy, the white one at the back.
Yeah, he's right here.
The white dog.
His back turned towards us. It's early. His mother's not here.
That motherless rabbit. That's motherless bunny. Look at him just sitting there.
There's just a motherless rabbit.
poor little guy.
Now, I wonder if I could colorize my photo and make it green for St. Patrick's Day. I probably could.
You could.
Probably shouldn't.
If you put it through,
Nah. I won't do that.
Looks like Rulin's got a little bit of weather.
Got a coffee.
No, the weather outside on your screen.
Yeah, it's sunny and then raining and then it's sunny. Yeah.
add a bit of green to it.
wow.
You, that'd be funny.
Yeah, green tinge.
Yeah, green tint or green snake texture.
The only problem is I'm Scottish. I'm not Irish.
It doesn't matter. They can't tell the difference here.
We can tell the difference, lad.
So many people
between a Scot and an Englishman.
People in Australia, they always get Irish and Scottish confused. It's very insulting to them.
That's okay. We don't. I love St. Patrick's Day. Love the Irish.
I do too.
Just a fun excuse to have a good time.
Right in the middle of Lent.
Yep.
My great-grandfather was from Holland, from Netherlands.
Nice.
Okay.
Do you speak?
Yeah, like Dutch guys, the Netherlands are everywhere also.
Yeah. And my grandmother was German.
Oh, okay. So you're European.
Now he's a peeing all over Australia.
Peeing all over. You and I and you and peeing.
You're peeing all over Australia now, aren't you, Trevor?
Yeah, that's right.
Were they farmers?
Especially after the green beer.
After the green beer. Yeah, what you do is do you know what Baroccas are? They make your pee orange.
Oh.
They're a vitamin.
Oh.
They're a vitamin C vitamin. And so you drink them after you've had a hard night on the booze. and if we don't have snow here in Australia, well, not a lot, but if you were to drink them and peed in the snow, you could actually.
You'd scare people.
You'd scare people.
He's infected! Shoot him now!
Oh.
God.
Where's that toilet bowl sound when you need
it? Poor Rick.
It's one of those days you never should have got out of the bed.
You love it.
You did, sir. But you did. Aren't you glad you did now?
Glad I was able to get out of the bed.
Well, that's something, isn't it?
Man, I gotta find the name of that little creature. You know, the creature from Star Wars, the newest one.
Oh, what's his name?
There's a new creature?
Yeah, it looks like a little bitty penguin with no wings.
What?
Yeah, it's been in Star Wars for a little while.
A little penguin with no wings. I don't know what that is.
It's yeah, all the kids love it. It's from the new movie, Star Wars movie, the latest.
Did you say a penguin with no wings?
Yeah.
Okay. The conversation's really kind of gone different ways, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I picture this handicapped penguin.
I promise you, we started out talking about the drones, and we've gone downhill ever since.
Just downhill ever since.
See, it's ever since they started the handicap Olympics.
Oh,
now they're going to
go there. Oh, that's not right.
So they're politically correct now, so they've got to have a handicapped penguin.
Manic, did you turn off your camera?
I don't know what I've done. Am I here? Am I here?
Hello?
Am I here?
You're here. That's all you are. You're here, but you're not here.
I don't know.
I'm just sharing some random photos from my winter shoots. There's my backyard. Well, not my backyard exactly.
There I am. Am I there?
Very, very pretty.
Hey, if you're American in the kitchen, what are you in the bathroom? European.
Ooh.
That's
But
good.
That's good, man.
Where's the snare drum when you need it?
You can tell every little kid that, because they love it.
Okay.
Never have me snare drum when I need it. Ugh.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
There you go.
There's me at work. The Mavic Air getting ready to go take some pictures for money.
Neat. What is the name of that creature she wants? Do you know? Because I've been surfing through Star Wars pictures for an hour and I can't find that stupid. Well, that's great, but that doesn't help me know.
Like a penguin.
I know what it looks like. If I see it, I'll recognize it, but I can't find it. Okay, because I can't find the damn thing. Oh, well.
The penguin.
No, it's a strange little looking thing.
Is it called Pock or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Like a Poku or a Paku.
Yeah, Poku or something like that. Yeah, that's it.
I'm shocked.
Just trying to look it up. I'll try have a look for you, Rick.
Here's what happens when Canadians get together and drink too much beer and watch hockey.
They're a happy looking crew.
My brother-in-law. And yeah, oh yeah, that was a good night.
Oh, was the Maple Leafs, huh?
They were playing, still never winning, but they were playing.
Well,
I'm out again.
I'm actually rebuilding a whoop today. That'll be fun. It's so small.
Yeah.
The board is like just so small. It's a riot.
I have a hard time with those, man. I got big fat fingers and trying to get my, you know.
I hear you. I get the stubs.
Yeah, but the sausage fingers also.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Sausage fingers. Especially like when I'm texting. If I'm texting to you, all of a sudden it'll be like, "Hey, how the shit? Damn." I'm like, "No, I didn't mean that."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what is that?
That's bad.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to swear. I apologize.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm vacation every year. Mont Tremblant. Well, it's the foothills.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's a great spot.
Oh, I still have this. I can't wait to get my drone back. I'm going to take it down. I get this place right on the ocean down in the Cape. And I just got this perfect shot I've been wanting since I had my Phantom 4. And I'm like so looking forward to it. The other thing I got to learn is how to edit. I haven't done any editing at all.
Any motorcycle fans here?
Some.
I caught this. It's a new Triumph Thruxton, I think it is, 960, outside of a Tim Hortons. I just thought it was a pretty picture.
Nice bike. Are they still best backwards?
No, they're really good. That's a brand new model, actually. It just looks retro.
No, I'm just saying that the Nortons used to always be reversed from most other bikes.
Oh, yeah. But
as far as throttle and brake and clutch and all that good stuff.
StarCop, the BSA also.
Yeah, BSA was another one. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well,
Norton got rebought, and they were going to make them again, the Nortons, but I don't know what happened to them.
I borrowed a friend's Triumph one time, and I was a Honda guy at the time. Oh, Lord, that was fun.
Oh,
yeah, I rode a BSA, and I was all screwed up. I was discombobulated.
Actually, I think one of my favorites is the Moto Guzzi.
Oh, I love that 65-degree tilt of the twin. God, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
There's
bike.
no motorcycle like that, is there?
My buddy races bikes, and he has a Hayabusa that's bored like 60 over. The nose is brought down, lowered. What a badass bike. And he's running over 200 miles an hour on the quarter mile.
That's too much machine for me.
What?
Too much machine for me.
Oh, my God. That bike is just terrifying. It just looks mean.
I considered buying one once, but I just thought, God, you know, I'm going to kill myself on this if I do.
I had a Ninja 900 in the 80s, and then in like the 90s, I had a CB 1100F Honda, which was just the big street bikes.
Yeah,
and
I like the new UJMs. You know, the Universal Japanese Motorcycle. They've come out with I think it's a CB 1000. It's just a pure stripped down street bike.
Wow,
a few years ago. Yeah, no weight, and you know, nice for around town, and just a beautiful looking machine.
I physically am unable to ride anymore.
Oh, me neither.
I just can't possibly do it.
I have 2 artificial hips now, and can't straddle a bike for. Well, I can straddle a 4-wheeler for a little while, but you know, I can't ride a bike all day.
I had a Raptor 660 board 780 cc's that I used to ride.
Thank you, Manic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was a fun 4-wheeler.
Never actually owned one, just driven a few.
Yeah, I got banged up a few times. On Father's Day morning, I went out riding at like 6 in the morning. My wife was pissed because I wasn't home. And I ended up having my arm dislocated, broke 3 ribs, knocked a tooth out. It was like nasty.
Ouch.
I come home looking like crap. It's raining. Like I'm not going anywhere for Father's Day. Destroyed my bike.
I've never totally wrecked one, which I'm glad I never did.
I had a YZ250, and I came off, and I hit a berm, and I went up into the air, and it actually got stuck in the tree. It was like 6 feet up in the tree.
Wow.
It took us hours to get that down. But it was pretty funny. That was before everybody had cell phones, you know?
Oh, yeah,
when you were stuck in the woods, you were stuck.
Oh, I remember. I remember pushing my dirt bike, you know, literally 10 or 15 miles to get home sometimes.
Yep.
I think I got to the end of the Star Wars Prince. I can't find that stupid animal.
No luck, Rick?
Now, what do you think of this photo?
Well, let's see. I got to present it because I can't see it. That's different.
Now that, to me, that looked like something from the, you know, the 50s or the 60s maybe, right? That photograph? But it actually isn't. I took that last summer. That's a book stop in Reykjavik.
Where's that to? You?
I just turned it black and white, but it's actually a modern bookstore
The
in
picture
Reykjavik.
that we're looking at earlier.
What's that?
The one that we're looking at earlier.
No, whatever I'm presenting right now.
Oh,
Where my picture is?
It's just
black.
I see.
So what they had done, they had a little display of these old magazines, Viken and Life, in the bookstore. Anyway, I just liked the picture. It was an old, it just looked like something that harkened back from the 60s or something. Trick photography.
Rulin, what have you been up to?
I found it, Rick.
What's it called?
I'll send you a link. I'll try and find out exactly what it's called.
What's up, Drone Life?
In the description, but I'll send you a link.
It'd be better if you just give me the name so I can type it in my search engine.
All right, we can do that.
I'm on 2 different computers.
We'll do that. 1 sec. I'll go in the description.
The man is a multitasker.
Oh, I do 4 things at once here. I'm looking
What's
up
the
cameras
name?
at the same time. Yeah, I'm looking at that. It's called Porg. Porg.
Org.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
It's a
And
nice
it looks
photo.
like it has got arms, it's got little fins, but it's got like talons for feet.
Yep. I got it.
StarCop.
Yep. I got it.
Picture of my wife marveling at the glaciers. I
That's
know.
a kind of decent looking one.
It's a crazy looking beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little,
And these prints.
it's a little fledgling.
These prints are not that good. Oh man, some of them are horrible.
You know how I found it, Rick? I looked up Funko Pops because they're the most popular things out there now. And they had to have one in Funko Pops.
See, now every Viking has a Viking wife with Viking hair, right? There's my.
That's a nice picture.
That was taken from about half a mile away, Ruland. I was actually on way far back, and she was at closer to the base of a glacier, and I was back.
Is that
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, neat, eh?
Yeah, nice picture.
It's a Porg. How could I forget that?
By the way, I just discovered that I could share photos yesterday, so I'm sorry if I'm overdoing it. I'm just.
No, you have had it, man.
It's a new toy.
How do you do that?
In the Google Hangout, there's a little on the far left side of the screen. There are 2 icons: a blue chat and the green says screen share, and you can share
Oh, okay, yeah.
applications and stuff. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I know. I just learned this yesterday, and I'm having so much fun. Torturing my friends. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm Canadian. I have to say this, but I'm not really sorry because it's fun.
Did you ever read the comment that on YouTube they have that monkey with a hammer that comes out?
Huh?
Did you ever see the monkey? Yeah, it's a monkey with a hammer. And I know it's not just me because other people have said the same thing. And what happened is when YouTube's having some work done, there's a monkey that has a mechanic's trousers on.
Really?
Suspenders, yeah, with a hammer and a hat. And then it says, "Us monkeys do not like screenshots, so don't take them. We are in repair. We are repairing your computer. We are repairing the program at this time."
How bizarre.
I thought somebody was like invading my computer. I'm like, what the hell is this? And it's so funny. It's a warning from YouTube that they're working on whatever problems that they're having.
That's really.
And it says, "Do not take a snapshot of the monkeys. We don't like this."
I'd be snapshotting that shit. Sorry. It's like, don't press the red
Afraid
button.
I'd catch something.
Well, it depends. Do you take the red pill or the green pill?
You take both.
yes?
Exactly.
There's that word depends again. Oh, Lordy.
Oh, nice
Find a
puppy.
decent one of these somewhere. I guess Manic doesn't want to show us his room anymore. Nope, he left. I'm back. Anybody see Paul? Give him a link. I figured he'd bring his sock puppet.
I figured I'd share a
Look at this drone.
Ferguson tractor.
Ah, pretty.
Yeah, I think it's about 100 and something years old. My mother wants to paint it, and I really hope she doesn't.
Restore it or simply paint it?
Well, just paint it. That's how she rolls. You know, she great man and go for it, which would ruin it in my mind. Beautiful tractor.
Yeah,
but
she would.
It's her tractor, so you know what are you gonna do? She's had it a while, so.
She painted
well, they told me Vikings take care of their wives by stabbing them in the face. How do they take care of their moms?
Well, when they mess up a nice antique tractor, I don't know, slap them around a little bit or something. No, refuse to eat their cooking. That would be the worst insult ever.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'm not touching that Sunday dinner, lady. Sorry. You painted the tractor.
Yeah, I had to rake my better half up at Seven's where I went when you guys were having to watch the track. She's making St. Patrick's Day popped.
Yeah.
All right, peeps. I'm going to fly. I got to get washed up before I go do this.
No worries, Sean. Are you going to be on in the morning?
Not today.
No worries. Oh,
Not
that's
today.
right, because it's weekend.
Yeah, today's Sunday. I'm going to try to just get a couple things done around the house and then head over to the graveyard and fly over there.
Oh, that's good.
So,
Don't get a chill.
Except I go over there and I always hear somebody coughing
Oh,
at the graveyard.
Don't start me there.
You know why they have a fence there? People are dying to get in.
Oh, they are.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Boom.
Yeah, buddy.
See you, Sean.
Later, Mr. Crowley.
Take care, everyone.
You're a laugh.
Oh, Lord.
You're a laugh of laughs.
That's terrible. Very punny man.
Yeah, I always wish clowns didn't have bad days.
So what's my project this week? I got to figure out what I'm doing, filming-wise.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Do a Viking reenactment.
Well, I got a bunch of ideas on the table. One is a shootout between the Tello, the Mambo, and the Bolt B. But I got to figure out interesting ways to compare them, so it's kind of funny. Also had an idea. I noticed, Cab 7 paints, right?
Yeah.
And I started dabbling with watercolor painting last year. Now, I'm terrible. I'm really not very good at it. But I enjoy it. I like the process, and I enjoy just seeing the colors appear on the page. So I thought it might be interesting to throw a drone over my shoulder and let it hover and film me and do like a drone time-lapse of me watercolor painting.
Well, that's okay. That's a good idea.
You know, it might not be
That
very
would
good,
work.
but it would include a drone. It would include painting. It would just be something interesting and different.
I'll be starting up my watercolor lessons very shortly, so be prepared to look in.
Excellent. That would be so funny if you did that too, Trevor. We'd have two of them side by side, Trevor and Hugh both painting.
That'd be like we'd be like drone pirates.
Drone art pirates.
Yeah, like we'll have like those parrots on your shoulder.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
drones instead.
Yeah.
To be sure, but that's orange. What's the pirate accent?
Oh, that's a tough one. I've never practiced that.
That would be different.
Army matey. Let's see.
That would definitely be different.
When I was a kid growing up, I always wanted to be a pirate.
I didn't because somebody gave me a taste of rum early in life, just a little sip, and I hated it. And I thought, and pirates were always talking about drinking rum, and I'm thinking, gosh,
Well, the reason why they drank rum is because the water was so bad on the ship.
Yep.
That's why the English have their
allotment of beer.
No, they had their juniper berries for gin, because gin actually made water taste better, and that's why they had gin.
That's very good. So did you know, like the Napoleonic era, the British soldiers, as part of their pay, they had so many pints of beer per day, and did for a long time.
Well, here in Waikerie, which is South Australia in Australia, we had people that worked on the paddle steamers, and they actually got a portion of their wages paid in a tawny port because they grew grapes here. So they had this big shed which was the brewery shed, which was right down very close to the water's edge, and they'd go up there at the end of the day, and they were able to get their allotment of port, their wine, their red wine, part of their wages, because they could use it for preserving as well. They'd do preserved biscuits in it and stuff like that, preserved cake. Which, and so they had a lot of reasons why they used, because it was fortified and it was basically sugar, but alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tasty. Porg. I don't remember that Star Wars character Porg. No, that's annoying.
Oh,
it's
crazy. It's very new.
You didn't watch the newest movie. You don't know about it. Was it in Solo?
I watched it, but I didn't know what the thing was called.
Yeah, it's Porg.
Okay, now I remember the little creature. Yeah. I didn't know it had a name. Huh.
I thought it was Pogo, but it's Porg. Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, Chewbacca was eating them initially in the beginning of the movie, and then later he adopted one or something, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I remember now. Kind of cute.
Now I got to make one in 3D.
I imagine they're supposed to look like puffins.
Yeah, I think that's the closest to.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the scientific age.
Well, one good thing, I got a whole bunch of other
See you, Mason.
Star Wars stuff looking for that one. Who's that?
Mason's left.
See you, bud.
Could be.
Oh,
yep. Sorry. Yeah, I apologize to everybody. I'm so busy, but this is for my daughter.
Oh, that's okay. Important. That's okay. We should be following track too, to make your channel work.
Hey, well, thanks, Mason. You know, if you get Trevor and I on the panel, it's going to be a bit wild sometimes.
Yeah.
Nah, he's tame as can be.
I could be a lot less tame.
Please don't.
I got to curb it. Please don't.
Trevor, so do I. Trust me.
Oh man! When Val gets on, I've got to shake my head and sew my lips up.
Yep.
Oh my God! Some of the things that she just does not understand. It's sort of like it comes out so dumb but so sweet in the fact that things that she doesn't understand. And I'm thinking, oh, don't go there, Val. Don't go there, Val.
You know what? It's just because we're dirty old men. That's all it is.
That's what it is.
We're a bunch of old perverts, you know? We're just thinking the wrong things.
My God. And I'm thinking she's so innocent with the way she's going, and she doesn't realise where she's going. And it just makes me laugh so much more.
Yeah, but the one that takes the cake is Roger's. You got to warm it up before you shove it in.
I know. Roger could be like that. That's why Roger and Val get on so well.
I hear that and I cringe.
Yeah, he was totally talking about putting the
he was totally innocent.
The oven.
He was totally innocent, wasn't he?
I know, but I know, especially if somebody like Mark from Centroid is on, man, he's gonna rip that one apart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you guys mentioned sending him a link. I sent him one, but I guess he didn't get it, or
I think I was mixed up with with Asgard with you.
Yeah, he called me secretary.
Yeah, that's what it was.
What I've got to do is I've got to make a draft email with everybody's name in it.
How you going, Carpenter Rick?
You know, if there's a way to copy it and then just put the link in and send it.
Oh, you can do that. You can create an email list and you can keep adding to it. And then if you've got like a, a list of your trusted friends or whatever, and then you can just send it to that list. And if they're on, they can pop in.
Yep, at their leisure.
Work on that.
At their leisure. So it could be any time. If they don't they don't get on, they don't get it.
Well, I don't need to be on the internet with this one, and you can disconnect it. That's better. Much better. Well, I did learn something today.
Carpenter Rick's not that far away from Roger, is he?
Where's Carpenter Rick?
I think he lives just north of northwest of Roger, but he can confirm that in chat.
Yeah, Mark was talking about coming up this summer because he has he's only 90 minutes away from Canada anyway.
Yeah,
and he's got a lot of family up where we are. Where a lot of my filming takes place, from my really scenic stuff, takes place up where Mark's family has their cottage. So,
all right, because Mark, he has relatives up in Canada, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, he does. Yes, the cottage. Actually, I was thinking that's Don Joyce. It's Don Joyce's family that has the cottage there, not Mark's family. Sorry, Mark's family's over towards Roger. Still close to him.
Yeah, he's got one 30 minutes away, his family has. See, I catch on.
God, I need some breakfast.
Yeah. Want a brownie?
I want eggs and bacon.
Oh, I love eggs and bacon.
Yeah.
I've got some ham and eggs there I could dish up.
Once a month we do church breakfasts for the men, and they have hog jaws. And it's like a super thick piece of bacon. Boy, are they good.
Poet Baker. Yeah, they're nice. I like baked beans too.
Love baked beans. I
love them for breakfast. I have them with breakfast with eggs, bacon, hash browns, sausages.
That's the full English breakfast right there, right?
It is.
Or Scottish breakfast, or
anything deep fried is Scottish breakfast. Scots have taken on deep frying big way.
Yeah. They deep fried chocolate bars, for God's sakes.
They do. Mars bars.
What the?
In batter. Yeah, Mars bars in batter and deep fry it.
Yeah.
And they even do a sandwich with, Nutella.
Yes.
The hazelnut chocolate spread, where you get that and get two thick pieces of bread, and you put Nutella on it thick, and then you put them together, and then you put it in like a French toast solution, and then you deep fry it.
Delicious.
And it's got to be a sweet bread, like the sweet buns. I should know it because I'm a cook.
What'd you call me? Sweet buns? Oh, Trevor.
Yeah. I know. I say that to all the. I say
dinner first.
I say that to all the Vikings on my first date.
That's funny.
That's the way that that's so I don't get my head chopped off.
What a pretty puppy dog on Rulin's couch.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty. Tired from the looks of it. Did you take her out today?
Yeah, of course. She got a lot of exercise, and then she's happy, eh?
Yes. Yeah, I can understand that.
Lulu Love is in the house.
Oh, how you going, Lulu?
What's up?
Poet Maker, good morning.
Lulu has a lot of critters. She loves a lot of her critters on her channel. She's got ferrets and things like that.
I like a good ferret here and there, but they very musky.
Yeah, they can be. Particularly the males.
And they're little thieves.
Oh, really?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
they're like blackbirds.
Really?
They love to find things and take them and hoard them. At least ways all the ones that my friends
Yes,
had.
that's right. And they
did
dig
that.
a lot.
Yes.
Well, I think I'm going to go grab some breakfast, fellas.
Okay, we'll see you. Well,
Probably see
I may
you
not make
later
it to
on.
Rogers, but we will see you later around the house.
See you around the interweb.
Round and round. There you go.
All right, guys. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Well, I know I downloaded a standing version of this little whatever it's called, Porg, and I can't find it.
I'm making Poet Maker hungry, and yes, Lulu says ferrets are thieves.
Yeah, they're little thieves. I mean, if you're missing something, you've got a ferret. Go check its lair or whatever you call where you're keeping it, and it's more than likely going to be there.
They're Aladdin's cave.
They're cool animals.
Yes, over in Australia here, they used to keep them in their pants a lot.
Well, that's nice to know.
They used to crawl up your leg, you see, and that's where the ferret would quickly go up. And then you'd have to go up the shirt and grab them up through the shoulder.
Oh,
But that's where the saying comes from.
hey.
You ferret in your pants.
I just figured out why I can't find them. They're titled with they put an A on them for some reason. What the hell did you put an A? Oh Lord.
Yes.
These people name these files some of the strangest things. Ooh, what happened to my Cura?
Oh, you better hit that like as you come in and on your way out, wherever you like. Because I just forgot to.
Okay, let me see what this one looks like. Oh, there's got to be a way to rotate this thing. Get it standing up straight. There we go. There we go. I don't know if that's straight or not.
I believe Lulu had a couple of pairs of headphones she got destroyed by her little ferret. I can't recall the ferret's name, but I think it was a bit destructive with the headphones. They like to steal them.
Yeah, they take just about anything. Oh, I forgot to ask Sean. I think he's the guy that wants some more round tuits.
Round tuits.
Yeah. You remember my round tuits, right?
I do.
Yeah. Oh, they got the Irish dancers on the Today Show. Yep, must be St. Patty's Day.
I don't know if there's anyone else. Oh, Archie, that's right. How is Archie today? Archie's the name of her ferret.
Archie.
Archie, he's destroyed 3 pairs of headphones.
Yeah,
the last count I knew was 2.
They like to nibble.
Yep. And they'd be perfect too because they'd have the cable on them. So they'd mimic an animal of some sort.
Guys, I got to get up and get the print out of the printer. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it. We'll hold the fort. And what are you up to today, Roland?
So I'm charging some batteries, but the weather
Okay,
is,
yep.
it's sunny, and then it's rainy, and then it's sunny, and then it's rainy.
Yeah, well, that's the Netherlands, isn't it?
Yeah. But we don't have a lot of wind today, so it's probably going to be, should be okay with flying or something.
Have you got any flower fields or anywhere where you're situated? Any of the famous flowers?
Yeah, not that many, as in it's more closer to the area of Amsterdam where you get the
I
flower.
was about to say that. Yeah, I thought it'd be close to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful, taking the aerial footage of them.
Yeah, every year when there's the tulips and the balls are coming out, lots of drone people are sharing that footage, if you know it.
Yeah, I could imagine, because they're the major tourist attraction, that, and as well as art.
Yeah, it's
That'd
nice.
be their main.
You got all the
So it'd be windmills, it'd be art, windmills, and flowers would be their biggest tourism, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The windmills. There's a place here called. They got a lot of windmills there, and a lot of drone people are flying there. So the people in the windmills, they don't like it anymore because all the drones filming. So like every 5 minutes, there's a drone flying there. So they're talking about.
Oh, I see. Like doing a zone like airports.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's and those drone pilots did it to themselves.
Yes, but it's
because they become a nuisance to people, and as soon as you become a nuisance, people want to control you. So if you stay out of people's way and don't cause nuisances, we wouldn't never had to have some of the things we have now.
Yeah, some people are just flying too close to the. Yeah.
Oh, and some of the best footage would be further away.
Yeah.
Because it's the way you present your shots. Can be nicer than being too close.
Yeah, that's true.
But they just got no realization of what they're doing to the industry. Sad.
Yeah, they all like to fly close, eh?
They get too close, and that's the problem. And then they annoy people.
Yeah, it's exactly. You're getting in their private space then, so.
Okay. Like around here, my neighbors are really nice. They ask me when they see me, how come you fly your drone? How come you haven't seen your drone go over my house a while? And totally opposite what you would expect. But they actually go outside if they hear it, and wave at me and stuff. Man, I would have never thought they'd like it that much.
Yeah,
hopefully the weather will get better. As soon as it got warm, it's like,
everyone here loves dogs and drones, because the drones are unique, because I'm the only one or two pilots around, but mainly me. But dogs, everyone loves dogs here. We actually have festivals of dog, like farming dogs games where they do roustabouting of sheep. We have they're called sheepdog trials here, and they do it once a year, and it's only held in this town. And it's brilliant day. There's dogs everywhere, all on back of their utes, on their utilities, on their trucks, all up in cages, and they just love it. And then they go for a swim down to the lake. Yep, they go out into the lake. They love it. Beautiful day. Very dog friendly here.
Manic, you do know your camera's not presenting, right?
Probably not. We'll try again. I've had trouble with it's been knocking me off every 5 minutes.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that's right.
That's
never done that before. So I've had to reform the group, to the group each time.
Sounds like somebody's making breakfast.
I reckon Asgard's doing bacon and eggs. And he's
Girlfriend.
going to tease us.
No, Asgard's gone.
Has he gone totally? Has he?
Oh yeah, he's
So-
totally signed out.
So is it Roland? Are you making breakfast?
My girlfriend is making some lunch.
That's right.
Okay.
It's lunch your time.
Yes.
Yep.
I love drones, but landed hobby drone in our pool. Now he won't let me play with his toys anymore. Yeah, well, look, don't crack that.
That would not be good.
Nope.
Unless it was waterproof. That would not be good. I'd imagine that caused some bad words to be spoken, maybe.
Yeah, well, I'm going to grab some lunch, guys.
Have a
No
good one,
worries,
Roland. Thank you for coming on. We're fixing to,
Yeah.
well, about 10 minutes, we're going to shut down anyway because Roger will be coming on.
Oh, yeah, it's almost, it's almost this time. Yeah.
It's very close, isn't it?
So
Yeah.
thanks for having me, StarCop's.
Thank you for coming, sir.
Have a great weekend or Sunday, that is.
Yep, we're going to try.
And talk to you later, mate.
See you, mate.
Later.
Lulu says she nearly landed her drone, her hubby's drone in the swimming pool.
Yeah, she
Won't
actually
let him
did.
play with it. I did it. It won't let him play with it anymore.
Wasn't any actual to it. I guess I could take that head off since I'm not running my trains today. That's a little better.
Oh, he's a bit ticked off. I'm a bit slow in the chat because I'm watching it on the big screen and it's delayed for about, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh.
Like I've cleaned my computer and whatnot, but it still lags. It's terrible. I can't wait till a new one comes in.
Coming in? Oh my goodness, 25 inbox mails. I don't see anything that says none of my emails went out this morning, so I'm guessing Paul's just busy. I wonder how late he was on last night because I went to bed normal time and they were still on.
I was dozing off on Centroid's show and he had already left.
Oh, Paul had?
He had already left before the end, at least 20 minutes before. But they went really late.
That survey he did was pretty interesting. I think that could be something you could
I think so.
do something.
If he was to structure it a little bit better with the questions and thought it out a bit more, and I can see why he was basically just seeing how it was going first. So he didn't put a lot of depth in the subject.
Yeah, he was just checking it out to see if it worked.
Checking it out and seeing if it worked, but I enjoy it. I love all that sort of stuff because I'm a bit of a buff.
I think he learned that the next time he does it, he wants to put the link, type it into the chat so people can copy it rather than have to type it.
What he needs, or he could have his bot, his Nightbot, which you can do straight away on. I've got Nightbot for my channels, and it automatically type it in, and it'll come up every. He can program it that it comes up every 5 minutes, so it people can scroll up the chat a fraction and click it in there and be reminded to follow it each time the question. And he could probably even put a bell on it, so as they change, the questions change. You can put it through his OBS, the bell could come up. All sorts of things. Could work on something. Be fun. Yeah, but Val is correct that you're going to have different people in your chat, but you can basically, I mean, they know it's a droning subject related channel, so I don't think people are going to be disappointed. And like I say all the time, there's so many people out there that are interested in drones and woodwork and art and vice versa. We're not all drone related individually.
This is true.
We had one guy on my chat, and I said, you can't be interested in woodwork because you're a droner. He was an FPV pilot. I said, you can't do that. I was making fun of him because there they were chatting about how to do spinning some timber and what different woods they preferred, what colours, and cherry wood and all that. And I said, you can't be interested in woodworking. You're a droner. But how do you know unless you check each other out?
Oh, you mean spinning? So you mean lathe?
Yeah, lathe work, yeah.
Okay. I'd never heard it called that, but that makes sense.
Yep. You just spin a lump of wood on there. That's all how I refer to it, because I've done a lot of lathe work in my time. Late at night.
Yeah, my father-in-law had a shopsmith, which is a tool they make over here that it's a lathe, it's a table saw, it's a, you know, all kinds of different tools if you can arrange it. And he actually made replacement legs for tables. It was really interesting.
Yes, I used to. I used to do a lot of replacing antique legs, parts, whatever, of anything, and restore them. Yeah, my father was a cabinet maker, so I couldn't get out of not knowing wood. So I used to do a lot of inlaying. I used to pick up antique chests.
Night Train Shopsmith 5, yeah. I think that's what his was. Wonderful tool. Wonderful tool.
See it.
Does a lot of stuff. Good morning, Roger. Sorry I didn't see you come in immediately.
Hi, Roger.
We'll be off shortly, my friends. We didn't have a very big crowd today.
But
everybody
noisy.
Came in hungry. Well, we were quite noisy. That is true. We were quite noisy.
Oh, it's better than the days there. Ring times it was on a you and I chatting, and that was without hangouts. That was one-ended.
That is true.
That was like that with Philly and I. There was many mornings I was the only one chatting with Philly, and he appreciated it because I hung in there because I'd chat with you and chat with Philly on two devices and no one knew it. It's the early days they appreciate when you're only very new.
Okay, Roger. See you in a few.
They tend to remember you more. And Night Train's in. Yes, that's right.
Yep.
He's one who pointed out Shopsmith 5. Yes. I only just seen the comment. I didn't relate it to the man behind the comment.
Yep,
and Night Train, he's quite cluey on a lot of things. I pick up on a lot what Night Train picks up, and he's quite the know of a lot of little things.
Yes, he is.
Yes, I appreciate what he says.
Let me see if I can get this thing.
Oh, you deserve it, Night Train. I appreciate what you have to comment about, so I let people know when I'm in favour of what your opinion is. It's not an opinion so much; it's more of a you can pick up on who knows what's going on around the world. Great person.
I finally figured out I can remotely turn the trains off by just unplugging the power source. I forgot this is the power source. And if it's not hooked up, it doesn't run. So when they cause me troubles, I can just pull the plug, literally. But Yep, I've got to figure out what's going on with that crossover. It's constantly causing me problems.
Yeah, my hangouts are constantly causing me problems. It's only a minor thing.
Okay, Luna, we'll see you at Rogers.
All right. He says turn off the power grid.
It turns off the power grid, and I've been getting up and walking over to shut them off all the time, and I don't have to do that. All I have to do is pull the plug. I can get it done a lot quicker. Never dawned on me, and yet I've done it many times before when I was actually running them for a long time. Alrighty, guys.
Oh, how you going? Mel's just popped in.
Oh,
Mel, we're about to leave.
Mel, we're about ready to head over to Rogers. I think Rogers already gone to get set up. So we're not leaving because you came in, my friend. We're leaving because our other friend is coming on, and I don't want to trample on them. So everybody have a great St. Patrick's Day. God bless you all. StarCop's going to be shutting down and heading over to the hub. Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you later, Manic. Thanks for dropping in so quick.
You too, buddy.